And like I said, we'll touch on more of this with the tie. But big news out of Fayetteville. Kendal Briles, get the hell out of here. Before TCU even had an opportunity to name Kendal Briles as the new offensive coordinator, Sam Pittman has named Dan Enos the new / old offensive coordinator for them Arkansas Razorbacks. Dan Enos, of course, was offensive coordinator from 2015 to 2017 under Brett Bielema. Previously worked with Sam Pittman when Pittman was the offensive line coach. And, man, they had quite the combination back then. If you remember the Brandon Allen, Austin Allen times. This specifically was when Brandon Allen was the quarterback, and he was pretty outstanding. In fact, during Dan Enos' previous tenure there at Arkansas, they were one of 2 FBS programs to have a 3,000-yard passer and a 1,300-yard rusher in both the 2015 and 2016 seasons. Enos was previously the offensive coordinator at Maryland, where their quarterback, Baby Tua, Talia Tagovailoa, however you say it, 68% completions, nearly 7,000 passing yards, 44 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. The last 2 seasons combined for Talia Tagovailoa, working with Dan Enos. And I hear he's mixed in a lot more of the RPO, so I'd like to go back and watch some Maryland football. He got that influence from Mike Locksley that I think he's going to have to really maximize KJ Jefferson's abilities. And how about this? Doing a little bit of research here. One of my favorite sites, I credit them all the time when we're talking analytics, the Fiermo Efficiency Index, Football Outsiders. Go check them out if you're not already. They have historical data, and they keep it week by week also during college football seasons. But you can actually go back year by year, see the efficiency, offensive, defensive, many other numbers there on Football Outsiders. And I was stunned. Was not out here trying to seek great stats here for Dan Enos or anything, but 2015, when Arkansas went 8-5, started really slow, but they finished strong. That was the last season that Dan Enos served as offensive coordinator and Sam Pittman served as the offensive line coach at Arkansas. According to Football Outsiders, Arkansas had the number 1 offense in the country when you're going off efficiency, and that's what you all should be. Don't look at yards. That if you're looking at total yards, which I guess they were good at that too, but total yards are irrelevant in the modern era. It's all about efficiency. How well do you do against quality competition? Arkansas had the best offense in the country. So that's wild to think about. And if you missed it, what was it, last week? We broke down the offensive play caller numbers for guys in the SEC, and that data, of course, came via Adam McClintock, CFB professor. Dan Enos, last season at Maryland, rated as a better play caller than Kendal Briles, Lane Kiffin, Mike Leach, many, many others. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, Adam did, because I put that on Twitter, and Adam was quick to point out, just because a guy rated better last season doesn't, we don't trash their entire career. Not saying that Dan Enos is better than Lane Kiffin, certainly as a play caller historically, or Mike Leach, anything like that. But as far as just last season, and this was adjusted for talent that he had to work with, again, I think that's critical. Dan Enos rated better than some of the big names in the SEC, and of course, your previous offensive coordinator. So not 100% sold that this is like a massive upgrade over Kendal Briles. I was one of the biggest Kendal Briles homers. I don't know if that man is ever welcome back in the natural state ever again. But if I'm an Arkansas fan, I'm pretty fired up about this hire. I know I was a bit doom and gloom on the last episode. And, I just thought we were taking a big step back on both coordinator roles. And now it looks like, maybe even, if not maybe a potential upgrade going from Kendal Briles to Dan Enos. Very interested to see